Referee Lorenzo Sporto about to get our feature prelim underway. 3 5-minute rounds if they need them in the Cage Warriors welterweight division. Andrea Kabali in the black shorts, the Monkey King Nicolò Solli in the red, and Solli coming out with that trademark high kick early and immediately closes the distance behind it.
Not often you see a fight started with a head kick to a double leg.
If there's one thing we know about the Monkey King, it's that he is as unorthodox as you like, always keeping opponents guessing. Andrea Kabali, very highly touted, 27 years of age, unbeaten as a professional.
I don't know if you can notice it or not, but the Monkey King seems to have some like weird wiry strength here, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a unique individual. Looking for the takedown there, but a good reversal from Kabali. Solli splitting his time between Aurora MMA here in Rome and Extreme Couture out in the US. So a very well-traveled individual, lots of high-level training and sparring. And Lorenzo Sporto having no messing around here, already calling for action.
Good elbow from the bottom.
That one really reverberated around the Pala comb.
Azione Andrea di separo.
Solli hooking the leg from underneath there. Kabali's going to have to be very careful. The Monkey King extremely dangerous with his submissions.
Yeah, he seems content to attack from the bottom here.
Azione, ultimo richiamo.
Referee just giving another word in there that he wants more action, but he will stand the fight up.
Oh, there's the armbar already. Good work from Kabali to get out of that.
Monkey King's then used it to invert and get to his knees. Let's see if he can stand up from here.
I mean, we've seen some crazy submissions here tonight, so I think both these guys are going to have to be very aware of what their opponent is doing. Nice left hand there by Kabali.
He's got the arm trapped here of the Monkey King. Let's see if he can use it to then land some damage.
Kabali looks like he's trying to posture up and launch some strikes, and finally gets an elbow through there, and the crowd responding. Both these guys have a lot of support in the building. Solli staying very active from his back, throwing the legs up. You're going to go for a submission, now's the time. The fighters are still going to be relatively dry in there. Oh, big elbow going through there from Kabali, and another. Kabali unleashing the ground and pounds, going to watch those up kicks.
Kabali's doing well in the positional control. I was just waiting for him to start to open up and land a little bit more damage, and I think that's what we're starting to see now, as he's starting to get a little bit more comfortable into the round.
Just a warning to target those shots there from Lorenzo Sporto, the referee. Kabali took a huge risk and a big step up in competition here tonight, and it looks like that risk is paying off, at least in the first 4 minutes. And the implications of a victory here would be absolutely huge for the 27-year-old. With a minute left in the first round, can he find that finish?
We've seen that a few times now from the Monkey King, where he kind of rolls over his shoulder to get to his knees. He needs to start standing up, I feel.
Trying to come up on a single leg here. Good sprawl from Kabali.
Kabali doing a good job of nullifying that.
More big punches from Kabali. And he really is making Nicolò Solli pay. Final fist coming down now. Less than 10 seconds on the clock. Solli was looking for a knee bar underneath there. Oh, Kimura! I'm not saying he's taken it lightly, but he's perhaps got a bit full of himself coming in, and he's been brought down to earth by Kabali in the first round.
I think that's what we've seen a little bit, yeah. I think maybe at the start of the round as well, we've seen it where he wasn't landing much damage and was just controlling him. He's got more confidence as the round's gone on. But this is a new round, let's see what happens now.
I mean, a huge leg kick from Solli there. Really got a reaction, but Kabali straight back into it with the punches.
I don't know if that was the wisest decision to shoot a takedown. He was doing very well on the feet up until this point, and the last round didn't go great for him on the ground.
Solli clearly wants to get that top position, but seemed like a bit of a strange choice there. He seems to be having a bit of success, especially with that leg kick, getting big reactions. And now he's going to be in a position where Kabali can do more damage with these elbows.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the smartest move after the last round to pull guard off the single leg, but let's see. I think maybe the Monkey King's a little bit tired here. The last round was really high pace for him.
Certainly a bigger sense of urgency in the Monkey King at the start of this second round, but he's going to have to find a way to get something going here.
Azione o vi separo, ultimo richiamo.
Lorenzo Sporto wanting to keep the action moving. Doesn't want a stalemate to develop here, and Solli now going for, well, briefly went for a body triangle.
King attacking the hip bump sweep to then try and attack a triangle, but he just got shut down. Throwing a few elbows from the bottom. If I'm the Monkey King, I'm trying to wrap this up and get it stood up by the referee and work on the feet again.
Kabali's corner calling for that ground and pound, and they got it. Solli's doing a good job of not letting him posture up and land any really devastating strikes. And another warning from the referee there to keep the action flowing. Of course, easier said than done. Looking like he may be ready to step in a moment or two if he doesn't get something from Kabali. There he is. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Solli threatening with the flying knee, and there's those leg kicks. There's a big welt across the bottom of the lead leg of Kabali.
I think we might be seeing a little bit of fatigue from the Monkey King here. Kabali in a great position to land these elbows. Just overhooking the underhook arm and elbowing with his free arm.
Coach Lorenzo in the red corner there, barking instructions at Solli. They're telling Solli he's got 1 minute left in this second round. We may see the third round for the first time here tonight at Cage Warriors 204. That is, unless Andrea Kabali can do enough here to get Solli out of the fight, or if Solli can find that thus far elusive submission. Another nice elbow from Andrea Kabali.
Yeah, Kabali's doing a really good job of staying on top and controlling all positions.
And one thing he doesn't want is to be stood up again. He's been much more liberal with these strikes after that first stand-up. He's cut Solli here. Solid cut. They've been spectacular, and we've got so much more to come on our main card. 8:30 European time, live on UFC Fight Pass, and another big leg kick, and the welts on the lead leg of Kabali. Absolutely vile, tries the front kick. The old Anderson Silva Vita Belfort that time.
This is where Solly's done his best work, I believe, in the fight so far. I think for him to shoot a takedown would be a mistake.
Right hand from Solli. We're going to watch the spinning back fist as well. He does like to throw that. We've seen it a couple of times already. And another big leg kick.
Yeah, if I'm Solli, I'm staying on the calf all night.
Kabali looking like an absolute tank in there. And this is what you've got to watch out for now, because the next kick might go up high. Solli bringing all of that big fight experience to bear.
Really hurts his calf. Kabali doing his best to try and not show it, but you can see it in his movement and the swelling.
Yeah, big hematoma, big welts. He's not going to be going for a jog in the morning. Solli just beating up that lead leg of Kabali. No one's going to question Kabali's toughness.
Definitely not.
Tries the uppercut. Solli wading forward. Not a whole lot behind those punches there. Oh, another solid leg kick. Oh, he dropped him! He drops him! Kabali looking to get the finish here. Solli still in the fight. What a turnabout!
This has been a crazy fight.
Solli trying to hang on. Kabali hammering away from back position.
Solly just doing his best now to stay in the fight, clear the cobwebs. But if this goes to the judges, I think he'll still lose anyway, so he needs to somehow pull a finish out the bag.
And a difficult decision for Kabali. Does he stand up and bank on landing another one of those shots, or is the risk of getting more leg kicks too great?
Yeah, if I'm Kabali with my leg, I'm staying on top. Seeing how much damage he done in round 1 and 2 from the top position, so...
I mean, that leg of Kabali is all kinds of different colours. None of them good. And all of a sudden, the decision to take this fight late notice against the toughest opponent of his career so far is looking like a very, very shrewd one. Solli hammering away with elbows from the bottom. 90 seconds left on the clock.
I think he needs to get to his feet. His best bet of coming back into this fight and getting a win is getting to his feet. And if I'm Kabali, I'm not letting him up and I'm landing damage.
We heard the warning there from Lorenzo Sporto. Kabali's got to stay busy.
Azione o vi separo, ultimo
Second
richiamo.
warning now. Solli looking for an arm. Doesn't get it. Can Solli find a way back to his feet?
He does a really good job of getting to his knees, but then he just stays there. That's from there is when he needs to start building up to his feet.
Looking to set up a Kimura maybe. There's the options there, but this deep in the fight. Kabali trying to free the arm. And he does. Can he get the finish? 10 seconds left on the clock. Solli desperately trying to find a way back to his feet. Goes up on the single leg, but he's not going to have enough time. Wow. A big win for Andrea Kabali.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to our judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this contest 30-27 in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision in the blue corner, Andrea.
Great show of sportsmanship there from Nicolò Solli as Andrea Kabali gets his hand raised 4-0. It's the 27-year-old.